Hey guys, I'm the Scooter Maven, and a lot of people have been calling here at MRP the last few days asking about what's going to happen with this gas crisis, as gas prices have been increasing and we're well over $3. We're already at $3.27 here in Miami, and it's going up every single day. It's probably going to be about $3.30 tomorrow, and we've had the local media call us, we've had the dealers call us, and I want to bring you some final thoughts for 2010 and some thoughts for 2011. Everything that's happened has happened before, and it's going to happen again. We saw this in 2007 with the gas crisis, in 2008, and everything that's occurred is bound to happen again. And this time we've prepared. The last 18 months we've been buying a lot of companies that are no longer in the marketplace, from TNG scooters to Diamo to Keyway Southeast to CPI, United Motors, you name it. And we become the one-stop shop for the parts, especially the OEM parts that you can't find anywhere else. For a good link to the article that I wrote for the industry, check out the only scooter magazine in the United States, Scoot Quarterly, the scootmagazine.com, and there's a great article on page 30 about how to buy parts, especially for the OEM market. And why am I talking about this right now? I'm talking about this because the used market is about to blow up all over again. These scooters that you're buying at the junkyard or at the local station or the tow truck company for $80 at the auction, those bikes are easily going to sell in March for $7.99, $8.99 all over again. We've seen this happen before, and it's going to happen again. And a lot of dealerships aren't prepared for what's going to happen. So again, check out this article. It explains where to find parts, how to find parts. Make sure to visit our website. There's over 150 repair manuals on our website, PDF files, for OEM units. There's a lot of companies out there selling generic, cheap Chinese parts to fix Chinese bikes. But that's not going to solve your problem for a CPI scooter. It's not going to help you with a Malaguti or a Benelli or Andretti, because none of these companies, none of our competitors have these parts. They don't have OEM parts for a Malaguti scooter. They don't have OEM parts for a Diamo or a TNG or a CPI made in Taiwan. Only CPI made in Taiwan is going to work on CPI made in Taiwan, especially Benelli. Benelli has a lot of unique parts that only work on Benelli. So you're going to want to have an account and call somebody that has the parts, and that's MRP. So check us out at mrp-speed.com. One further note, and we're going to come over here to our little center where I watch the news, and as I call it, my news center. A lot of people are getting a little crazy about what's going on with the gas prices. Well, don't despair. And the number one rule of the Hitchhiker's Guide is don't panic. And that's what I say to people. There's no such thing as a scooter emergency. Calm yourself and figure out what your strategy is for 2011. A lot of dealers don't look at the numbers. You have to look at the numbers. And the number one thing you have to realize is that in 2010, as sales across the board were down for motorcycles, ATVs, dirt bikes, used sales were up 18%. Three out of every vehicles that sell, 3 of them are used. So it's one new vehicle for every 3 used scooters that are selling out there. And that's great. That means there's over 200,000 used scooters going over and over in the marketplace every single year. A lot of dealers don't report these. They don't report to the MIC because most scooter dealers are small dealerships. They don't report to anybody how many used scooters they're selling. So that's something else. DealerNews.com just reported that there's over 10,500 repair centers in this country. Okay? Only maybe a fifth of them are dedicated to scooters or do scooter repairs. And most of them, even the Honda dealers, don't report how many used Hondas they're selling. Now, if you're a Honda dealer, you know that you're only making less than 7, maybe 6% on these new Honda scooters. But they make 45% on a used Honda. So it makes more sense to repair or buy a used Honda and sell it than to sell a brand new Honda. The only reason they do this is for points and to keep their dealership and to move some volume. But they're not making as much money as on the used market. If we look back at the numbers for 2008, the dealers that made a lot of money, especially in the college towns where they did trade-ins, where they did leases, where they did swaps in North Carolina, Gainesville, Florida, Austin, Texas, Miami Beach, Florida, those were the used scooter dealers that banked. They made a lot of money selling used vehicles, buying the bikes for $100 at the auction or from the tow truck company, investing $150 in parts, and flipping it for $8.99. So there is a huge market. Once gas crosses that 350 line, that's the break-even point for a lot of these dealerships. Your phone is going to be going crazy. So let's come up with a plan for 2011. Those are my final thoughts for 2010. Check out the links here. Check out the repair manuals. Have a strategy. Have a plan. If you're going to buy a bunch of United Motors vehicles at the auctions, there are hundreds of them at the auction right now, MPA auctions. Make sure that you know where to get the parts. Open an account with MRP. Keep your account current. Get the discounts for 2011. The more you buy, the more you save. Obviously, if you're just calling us for one part for a Hyosung scooter or for a TNG scooter, you're not going to get the best price. You're just a one-time store. If you're buying $10,000, $20,000 a year and you're banking, you're repairing every single brand out there, then we're the place for you, because we have more parts, actually about 20 times the parts than any of the competitors in the marketplace right now. And the only one that has Mullet Goody, CPI, TNG, Diamo, Keyway Southeast, the list goes on and on. So we have finally reached that point. Gas is about to go up. By March, it's going to be probably about $4. And those used scooters that have been abandoned on the side of your store that nobody wanted this year, they're about to triple in price. So keep that in mind. Start fixing them now while you're covered in snow. Bring them back in. Get them up and running, because they're going to be worth some serious money in 2 or 3 months. That's my prediction for 2011. Those are my final thoughts of 2010. I'm very positive. I feel that the market's going to come back. And I'm telling people, don't panic. I think the good times are about to come again. Everything that's happened is going to happen. Everything that's happened before is going to happen again. So again, it's the end of the year. We're probably going to close up for a couple days. But I just want this for everybody to know that there's a great article out there. Check out scootmagazine.com. We'll see you guys at the Indie Show. And if you have any questions or you're from the media, make sure to send us an email at our website, mrp-speed.com. And happy holidays and a happy new year to everybody. See you in 2011.